Hey everybody, it's Jodi. Welcome to Season 8, Episode 8, the grand finale of the Great North American Stampin' Show. I'm wearing my crown, my very special Burger King crown, because I did win Episode 7. Lisa and I were neck and neck for most of the voting period. So everybody had great projects. Again, you guys, if you haven't watched every week, take some time while we're off the next few weeks and go back and watch previous episodes. I've got a playlist right in the channel here that includes all of the seasons. So all 8 seasons are there. You could just go back and watch as many as you want to while we're on this little break. So another fun thing, another reason to wear the crown, I guess, is that this week I am celebrating my 25th year of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. That is crazy. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined in May of 2001 that I would still be doing this and just have had all the amazing opportunities and friendships, just everything over the last 25 years. So thank you for being a part of that as well. And I'm going to give you just a quick sneak peek of the card I'm showing you today. You're going to want to stick around and see how to do this. All right, to wrap up this season, we are once again in the new Stampin' Up! May to August catalog. Today we are on page 23, and this is part of the Valley in Bloom product suite, and these are the 3 cards that we got to choose from for our project tonight. And I decided to go with this one right here. And really the only part that I'm duplicating was this frame that's out of the designer paper. That is what set me off with my creativity for this project that I am so excited about. It is using the brand new Scenic Coast designer paper, and this paper is amazing. You see the light hitting it like that because there's some iridescent parts of the paper too. This is some of the most gorgeous designer paper I have ever seen. It's all 6x6 double-sided. There are 6 different patterns and you get 8 of each. So you get lots to play with. So I will just show you each one. And then there's a different design on the back. The color combinations with this are just so pretty. The blues, pinks, orange, purple, everything you typically see with a sunrise and sunset. Aren't they just so pretty? And believe it or not, they are even prettier in person. Okay, let's start with this piece here. What I did is I cut it down to be 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And if you see, I just kind of set it so that I cut a little bit off of each side and then some off of the top and bottom, just so that I could kind of have this part in the center of the card. Now, what I'm going to do is take my paper trimmer and show you a super easy way to make that frame. And just to make it a little bit easier to see, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to scoot this over to 1/2 of an inch. And then I'm going to start my blade. Now, our little cutting blades have a mark right here so I can see exactly where I'm cutting. And I'm going to place that at 1/2 of an inch and pull it down here to 3 1/2. So remember, it's 4 inches. I want to leave a 1/2 inch border. Now I'll just rotate it, line it up at 1/2, start it at 1/2 again, and this time drag it down to 4 3/4. And I'll just continue doing that. Rotate, start at 1/2, drag to 3 1/2, and then rotate one final time to get that inside to come right out. So now we've got the frame and we've got the inside part. Set that aside. I'll pull in my Balmy Blue card base. And what I'm going to do is start, isn't that pretty just by itself? I'm going to start and I'm actually going to put the Stampin' Dimensionals on the more fun side. We're going to stick that side down to make the frame. So I'm being a little bit generous with these Stampin' Dimensionals around the border just because I don't want there to be any dips on the frame. So we'll get these all attached. Okay, so I want to attach my frame And then I'm going to come back in with the focal point here. The reason is just because I suppose I could measure everything and make sure that I have this exactly centered. But for me, it was just easier to start with the frame, because then I can kind of look around the edges and go left to right, top to bottom. And it's much easier to gauge when it's that close to the edge, as opposed to this piece that gave a much bigger border. So I found it easier to attach with Stampin' Dimensionals the frame, and now I'm going to go back and put this piece in, and that will just go flat with my regular adhesive. And we'll just kind of set it, oops, I want the water down. I'll just kind of set it here in the opening. And then I just kind of use my fingernail to go around and secure it. So just to drop it right below that frame and make sure it's secure. Okay, so the frame is just raised up a little bit so that gorgeous paper is inset just a little bit. I'm going to pull in this gorgeous sailboat die and die cut with our blueberry bushel cardstock. Okay, so this pops right out. This comes off like this. So it's a little bit interesting what I want to do here. So this is the image that die cuts. This I'm not going to use, I'll just set it aside. And I want the sailboat, so I'm just going to kind of trim it like this to get it separated from the cardstock. And then I'll come back and just kind of cut that more smoothly. And this I want to attach also with Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to put it off to the side just a little bit here so it's sailing off into the gorgeous sunset. So we'll use some more dimensionals and get this popped up as well. And then I want to have a little bit down here too. So let me see if I can. I think I'm going to have to just use my scissors and kind of trim to make that straight. And then I'll be able to stick it right on there. Okay, so we will place this just a little bit below the water line, probably about right here. Just press down to get those dimensionals attached. And then you'll notice what was left in the die are these little like water wavy pieces. And so I want to pop those out and attach those to the card as well, just to add a little more depth and texture to the water that we've got going on. So we'll put this one down here and this one like that. And those will just attach with the liquid glue. And as always with liquid glue, a dot does a lot. So I'm just going to give it a gentle squeeze and just tap the slightest bit to get some glue on this little piece. And then we'll go ahead and attach just off a little bit. Start it just a little bit to the left and go straight across here. And then we'll do the smaller one right below it. This is definitely one of those designer paper packages where like the paper does all the heavy lifting. I'll show you later, I was going to add some sequins to this card and I just felt like it took away from the paper too much. Like, honestly, I mean, on some of them, I'll show you, I'll just put this in quick. This is another card I made with another, let's see, it was this pattern right here. And typically, you know, we look at it, like I said, sunrise, sunset, but I just turned it a little bit to make this card here. And I did add a few sequins on this one. With the detail and the color and the boldness of this background, I just didn't feel like the embellishment, the sequins was necessary. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. While I have this here in my adhesive, there were these random little pieces that got cut off. Remember how I cut off the edges? And so you can always take one of these. Let's see how, yeah, that'll work. And just take your adhesive and just to add a little something on the inside of your card, you can just set this across the bottom or wherever you might want to add a little bit of detail. So just kind of tie into that frame on the front. You can add that there. Okay, very last thing is one of the greetings out of that Scenic Coast stamp set is Happy Retirement. And I'm going to use that with Blueberry Bushel ink. Going to stamp it on this tiny scrap of basic white, just right down at the bottom. And then I'm going to cut around this pretty tightly. I'm just going to use my scissors. You can certainly use the paper trimmer if you prefer. I'm going to give myself a little bit of extra room here, and then just a really tight cut across the top. Looks pretty straight, maybe a little bit there. And then we'll do the same thing across the bottom. And then instead of just leaving as is, so I could certainly just attach it on here, Happy Retirement, but I think it's fun when you cut it apart and arrange it differently than it was designed. So we can do Happy and then Retirement, right? Oh my goodness, my fingers are a little sticky. Retirement under it like that. Now, one thing I want to do before I attach is just the tiniest little thing. I'm going to cut this at an angle going in, and then I'm going to cut this end at that same angle. Just a little subtle difference as opposed to leaving them straight. Okay, once again, I'm going to grab my liquid glue, add a few dots, and we'll attach these two pieces. This is definitely a quick and creative card. This is super easy to duplicate. In fact, if you think about all those different patterns and just cutting a 1/2-inch frame using the gorgeous, more solid image on the back of the designer paper, you could make these for any and every occasion. That is how easy it is. The 1-inch frame all the way around, flip the paper over and add it there. You see that gorgeous, gorgeous reflection with the iridescent down here on the water. Die cut the little sailboat in water. Super easy, add your greeting. And that is a very quick and creative card for you tonight. I hope that you love this. This designer paper is definitely something, again, just that other one I did, definitely something you're going to want to get on your shopping list. So many fun things that you can do with it. All right, you know the drill. Go ahead and watch all of the videos. Give a thumbs up vote to the one that you enjoyed the most this week. Remember, we're taking a little bit of a break and we'll be back real soon. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.